Hello, my name is Marcus, and welcome to my channel. Star Wars The Acolyte Episode 8 dropped yesterday. Here are my thoughts and my final thoughts in general about the show. I tried so hard to like this show in the past few weeks here, so there have been a lot of downs, a few ups. I wouldn't crucify the show completely. It had some really cool lightsaber fights. I kind of enjoyed the story arc of the twins, even though I had my nitpicks with how they were created, how it messed with the canon of how special it was that Anakin Skywalker, the main character of the entire franchise, was created through the will of the Force. They took that same philosophy and created these two girls. It's really been rubbing me the wrong way how they've telegraphed the past few weeks that O'Shea was going to switch over to the dark side and May was going to switch over to the side of the light. They even took the initiative to have them switch outfits, with May wearing the white outfit and Shay wearing the dark outfit. Kind of blowing my mind a bit that Shay has officially joined the side of Omar and now Plagueis. Oh my God, we'll get to that in a second. Yeah, even though Omar, slaughtered all of her Jedi friends from the bulk share at the beginning of the show, ended up, trying to kill So, seducing May to the dark side, under my impression, even when she was just a child. Even at one point, even trying to seduce her to have a sexual relationship with her. It's just weird, man. I just trying to wrap my head around trying to understand the story, the character development of these two characters. Just going from like the girl working on ships and stuff, the ex-Jedi that kind of failed the Jedi Academy, decided to go against it, to becoming a Sith. That's just weird, dude. I just don't like this story. I don't like it. That's all there is to it. Ultimately, what they've done here is introduce some of the worst storytelling in all of Star Wars that I've ever seen. I mean, I would even go as far as to say that this is worse than The Last Jedi. I mean, I thought what they did to Luke Skywalker in The Last Jedi was the biggest abomination in Star Wars history. But this might actually take the cake. I mean, the confusion that they've added here, the misguidance, the miscommunication, the underdeveloped character development of May and O'Shea, having them starting out on opposite sides of the totem pole, then having them switch. I guess while I'm being super negative, let me try and throw out a positive here. I still like the actress. I even really enjoyed the dark side outfit that they put O'Shea in at the end of the episode. Very cool, very sexy to look at, still pretty on the eyes, if that makes me a misogynist for just saying my attraction as a heterosexual male to this character. I don't care. I really don't. At this point, man, it's whatever. Plagueis makes his first live action appearance in all of Star Wars in this last episode 8. The trainer of Palpatine, the most dangerous Sith user in Star Wars history. They literally make the master of Darth Sidious look like a creepy old man peeking out from the corner, afraid to show his face. Like, dude, he literally looks like he's peeking around the corner saying, "That's right, now we take the twins and now we twist their minds and turn them both to the dark side of the Force." Like, dude, give me a break. I'm just trying so hard to enjoy what Leslie and her team were trying to do, and it just falls so flat on his face. It's not even funny. It's ridiculous, man. The whole is just wasted. That whole reveal, it's like, dude, who cares at this point? Then we got the leader of this band of Jedi that just failed on all aspects of this mission. She goes to the planet to search for Soul, and the twins finds them, but it's way too late. Then, of course, they confirm that she is the master that turned her back on Omar, I guess, when he was turning to the dark side. But at this point, it's like, who gives a shit? I mean, it's just too little too late. You waited so long to reveal all this stuff in the last episode, and by that point, most of us had already deduced who everybody was. We already know who Soul was. We already knew who this girl was. I don't even know her name, and I refuse to put it into my memory banks because I just don't care. She's the trainer that, pretty much whipped Soul's back and pretty much fully turned him to the dark side. And now, like, her failure with her Padawan is why all these Jedi got killed. So, wah, 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 wah. Then this brings us to Master Soul here. He was my favorite character from the entire show. He gave us a super cool final duel with Omar. That was really the only part of the episode that I really enjoyed. But just how you have Soul meet his demise, having him admit to, accidentally, I mean, not even accidentally, just killing, May and Shay's mother, because obviously she was transforming into a ghoulish ghost, and May was disintegrating in front of him. That's why he decided to take her life. He thought he was doing his duty, but May didn't see it that way, and of course, when Shay heard him say the truth, she didn't feel that way either, and that's when she ended up turning completely to the dark side. And then, probably my most hated part of the entire episode, all of a sudden, she started reminiscing powers of Palpatine and Vader, and literally force choked the life out of Soul. I didn't really understand this part either. I'm assuming the Soul just let her kill him. I feel like he would have had the force potential to stop her, maybe, but then he just didn't. He just let her take his life. He was trying to tell Shay that he loved her. Just weird, dude. I mean, there was just no emotional connection within this scene at all whatsoever. And while all this is going on in the back of my thinking, I'm like, dude, why do you care so much for these little girls that you don't even know in the first place? Like, even in the episode where it was revealed when they all first met, when he thought he was saving them from the witch coven, it was just odd to develop a love and an admiration for two. I mean, how old were they? 11, 12 years old when they basically kidnapped them from the witch coven and brought Shay to the Jedi temple and whatnot, and failed at teaching her the ways of the Force. It's just weird, dude. Especially like if I look at it from the standpoint of a dad. If I raised my kid from the age of birth to like 11, and this weird religious coven tries to take my kids away, and they end up killing the entire family of the coven, or my whole family or whatever. Yeah, dude, man, they did a really good job of making the Jedi look bad. That was the goal. They did a fabulous job of making Soul just look weird, even though he's still my favorite character from the show, mainly because the actor did what he could with this weird ass script. But dude, it's just odd. It's just fucking weird. Like, dude, like who comes in like these kids were fine? You don't know what the plan was with this witch coven and these two kids, and then the Jedi just came in and, kidnapped them. And that's why it was kind of the Jedi code to only take kids from birth, that from parents that were willing to hand them over to be trained, not force a kidnapping. It's just weird, bro. And then this other part that bothered me to no end too, when after she killed Soul, and like she grabs his lightsaber and with the broken kyber crystal, and it makes it bleed red. We've seen this before. If you read the comics, Kylo Ren kind of did something similar like this, where you have to make your kyber crystal bleed to truly become a Sith. But just seeing it happen on screen from somebody that doesn't really have any dark side training at all whatsoever, she's just kind of figuring out the powers. It's just weird, bro. It was kind of my whole issue with the Rise of Skywalker. Even though Rey had a significant amount of training from Luke and Leia, I still found it hard to believe that just her couple of years of Jedi training was enough to overtake the most powerful Sith user of all time in Palpatine. Like, even to this day, like, I find it impossible to think that amount of training was enough to complete that feat. It's just odd, bro. I don't buy it. It's just bad writing and horrible character development. Just very lazy. And then they tried to sweeten the deal with this cameo from Yoda. You got old girl like pretty much lied to the Senate and the High Council, saying that it was Soul's fault. It was Soul's mistake. He's the one that killed the witch mother or whatever and caused all the genocide to the Jedis that got killed. It was his fault that they all got killed. I didn't like that part either, especially since he was my favorite character. Just taking everything that happened with the twins and putting all that blame on him, which I guess in a way he kind of did do it with his love that he developed for them. But just putting the complete and utter blame on him rather than putting the blame on herself, since it was her Padawan that went to the dark side and found the twins in the first place. Just odd, dude. Just the whole story writing of this whole show just blows my mind. And I'm assuming we're just going with the fabrication that she told this lie to Grandmaster Yoda. Yoda, of all people, one of the most powerful Jedi of all time. And he didn't sense any deception at all with his 800 years at the time knowledge of the Force. He didn't sense any deception, any untruth, and the untruth that he was hearing. He just accepted it, huh? That's what we're going with. Okay, cool, man. Cool. Just the whole cameos of Yoda and Plagueis were literally wasted. The story of the twins, I didn't like at all. It was just dumb. The whole mind wiping of May, just up for a flick of a wrist from Omar, to see at her memory wiped until the time that she was 8 and she got to the commandeered by the Jedi and she can't even remember what the hell happened. Doesn't even remember that she had a sister. All right. I mean, has that ever happened before? I mean, I've seen the Jedi mind trick where you can make somebody think that something's happening when it's not. But I've never seen somebody's mind get completely wiped throughout their entire adulthood. That's just blowing my mind too. Okay, nice canon keeps there. Gotta love it. And then I'm listening to them come up with this plan to wipe May's mind. And I'm like, can all three of y'all just not escape together? Is that not an option? I'm confused. I don't understand why somebody needs to get left behind. Why did only the two of them need to escape? I guess maybe did somebody need to get captured to kind of throw everything off? And even though, because I mean, you lost her memory, but even if you wouldn't have captured her, there's nothing that would have told them, the Jedi, where y'all were going. So I'm not understanding why she needed to get left behind. Why did that need to happen? They could have all, because of course, May and Shay wanted to stay together. I don't understand why they couldn't have just stayed together. There's nothing in the plot that should have prevented that. I don't know, maybe I'm weird. Maybe did I miss something? There was nothing that happened that would force May to stay behind, to get caught by the Jedi, to have her mind wiped. There was no reason for that. I'm like, this is fucking retarded. I'm like, what? Why? Why are they doing this? I'm so confused. And now that the season is over, I'm trying to wrap my mind around that they had $180 million to play around with to make this show. Where did that budget go to? Because I don't recall seeing any special effects or anything of that nature that was worth that much money. You sure in the hell didn't put it into the choreography of the fight scenes, because we only got 3 of those. You didn't put it into the special effects department because there wasn't too many CGI characters, not too many CGI planets either. So I'm like, dude, where the fuck did all that money go towards for the show? I'm like, dude, this is such a slap in the face to myself as a longtime fan, and then just pure Star Wars fans that have been fans for the show for decades and the movies. Bad, dude. This is the worst piece of Star Wars content I think I've ever seen. It's there. It's right there, dude. It's there. There's no denying it. And I'm sure some of y'all are thinking, well, if you hated it so much, then why did you keep watching it? Because I'm a content creator and I'm a Star Wars fan. God help me. Man, this really made for some fire content, at least in my opinion it did. She's watching every single one of these episodes was brutal, painful, but entertaining. I felt like they were entertained me enough to get out this content. So screw it. Why not? Why not continue to, just go for it and just finish it out strong? Just finish strong, baby. Finish strong. That's right. It's funny. I've been asking myself all day, do I want to see a season 2 for this? Because they definitely left the story open thinking that we're actually going to get a season 2 for this. And honestly, bro, not really. I mean, if they made it, cool. There's more reason for me to get out more content to talk about this show. But honestly, there's no enjoyment out of it. I mean, and if they want to give us some more cool lightsaber fights, I'm always down for that. I wish they would leave the core canon characters out of it, like Yoda and Plagueis. Please leave characters like that out so you don't destroy the canon any further than you already have. Also, if you could just fix the fucking story of the twins, maybe make a little bit more sense. I don't know, dude. Just do something. Just do better, bro. Just do better, especially if you have $180 million. Hire some story writers to write better stories. It's really that simple. Just write better. Make it make sense with the continuity that's been established for 45 years. Make it make sense with the story that Disney themselves have already established. It's really that simple. It shouldn't be this hard. It's not rocket science. I mean, apparently it is. Apparently it is rocket science for Leslie and her team of directors and show writers that did this show. Because God almighty, bro. I don't think I've ever hated on a Star Wars project this much before. I've been on YouTube 7 years. I don't think I've hated on a project this much. Honestly, I don't think I have. First time for everything, I guess. It is what it is. That's life, man. I'm not even saying I'm turning my back away from the franchise completely. I'm always going to be a Star Wars fan. What it's done for my life from a YouTube standpoint, the times that I've enjoyed going to see the movies, going to Disney World and enjoying Galaxy's Edge, building a lightsabers, some of the most fun times I've ever had in my life. But man, I just need Disney to do better, bro. Y'all got to do better. Y'all spent billions of dollars on this. Y'all already made billions of dollars. Just do better, man. Sometimes we hit slumps. Sometimes we just need a kick in the ass to let us know, like, hey, man, this isn't good enough. You got to pick it up a little bit. It happens to all of us. It happens to the best of us. So I'm not turning my back on it, and you shouldn't either. So let's just accept this L and just try to move forward. Just try to do better on the next one. And I think I'll end it that way. Yeah, I've been talking about this long enough. So, y'all know the drill. Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you despise it? Let me know in the comment section below. Just be nice. I don't even know if I'm going to share this one to Facebook. I don't know if I'm going to deal with the drama of the people that love it, but refuse to hear somebody else's opinion. I don't know. We'll see, man. We'll see. Okay, as always, you can follow me at youtube.com/marjack79. Also, thanks for listening to me all the way through. This is kind of a long breakdown for me specifically, 16, 17 minutes, but this is the last one, so figured I'd put my heart and soul into it, so hopefully it came out well. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. As always, my friends, may the force be with you, and I will see y'all on the next one. I'll catch y'all later. Bye.